Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about getting your first sound on the didgeridoo. And this is going to be about some basic tips and tricks that really helped me when I was just beginning to learn how to play. And I'm definitely not an expert or a professional didgeridoo player, but you don't have to be. This isn't about taking your didgeridoo playing to the next level. It's just literally about getting the most foundational sound. And that's honestly all you actually need in order to be able to use the didgeridoo for therapeutic purposes. And you don't have to learn how to circular breathe. You don't have to learn how to beatbox through a didgeridoo or to do any of the fancy tricks. Even this basic level of playing is honestly so rewarding and so nourishing and will get you super high. So if that sounds interesting to you, stick around and let's get into it. Hi, my name is Nicholas Penn. I am a professional musician and a therapeutic sound specialist. One of my missions in life is to make therapeutic sound accessible to everyone. That means breaking down these sometimes complicated concepts into really easy to understand practical tips and just helping empower people to realize you can use this stuff on your own at home. You don't just have to go to a sound practitioner. You can be the practitioner that you go to the most. You can provide therapeutic sound for yourself. And that's what I'm all about. I'm all about helping you to learn how to become self-sufficient and to be able to provide therapeutic sound for your family, your loved ones, your friends. There are so many benefits to therapeutic sound, and it is way easier than people think to start using this stuff on your own at home. That's what I'm all about. I've got online courses available on my website. You can book one-on-one sessions with me as well. You can also pick up some sound healing instruments, including this didgeridoo that I recommend. It is one of the few instruments that I actually recommend to everyone. It is the 51-inch Meinl synthetic didgeridoo. It's only $50, and for the amount of energy that it puts out, it is the most affordable sound healing instrument other than the voice for the benefits and the sonic energy that it actually provides. So, super duper accessible price point and super duper accessible instrument to learn how to play, but you do have to learn a little bit of stuff and you do have to practice, and it can take upwards of 30 minutes or an hour even to get your first sound. So that's what I want to get into now, is actually some things that will help you to make your first sound on the didgeridoo. There are tons of videos out there online about how to play the didgeridoo, so this isn't really about all of the different things related to that. This isn't about circular breathing. You really don't need to know circular breathing to even do this. So you can go search those videos out on your own. But when it comes to playing the didgeridoo, essentially what you're doing is this. You're just doing it on the end of this stick. So your lips go inside and then you go and that's all it is. You're making fart noises through a stick. So what I would recommend doing before you try to play for the first time, or even at the beginning of every practice, when I pick up the didgeridoo in the morning, I will do this before I start playing just to help loosen the lips. If your lips are tight, they're stiff, they're not flexible and loose, you're not going to be able to do this. So, sometimes you just have to loosen them up with a little bit of this lip trill type of exercise before you even pick up the instrument. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is when you actually do put your mouth to the instrument, you'll have to find the right placement for your lips, but generally the crease of your lips is going to be right in the middle of the hole. And this part of the process really has to do with finding the balance between how hard and how much pressure to actually push the didgeridoo into your lips with. Because if you push too much into your mouth, you're going to be constricting your lips from vibrating. And if you have too little pressure, then you are not going to be able to get the seal of you have to create an air lock, an air seal between your lips and the didgeridoo. So If I make the sound and I push too hard, you'll see what happens. It cuts off the sound. But if I make the sound and I create too much separation or relax too much, I lose that seal and the sound goes away. So what you really have to do is find that balance, and it's kind of like a gentle medium. And so you'll just have to play with this yourself. There's just it's just a really light pressure, honestly. It's like the pressure of maybe kissing or something. Like, it's just a light pressure, lightly touching your lips. And this is a point of balance, right? So it's kind of like riding a bicycle. At first, you have to figure out how to not lean too much to the right or lean too much to the left so you don't fall off either side. And that's kind of the same thing here. It's all about finding the balance and getting the back pressure and being able to maintain that connective energy between your lips vibrating and the back pressure coming back. And you'll feel it. Like, when you lock into this for the first time, you'll really feel that connecting point. Also worth mentioning, you do want your cheeks to fully expand. Okay, and the final tip is actually the thing that actually got me my first sound, because I was really struggling at first to find the balance. I was struggling to get my lips to vibrate. And when I actually did this next step, it's just something I kind of stumbled on accident, but it actually enabled my lips to start vibrating in a way that they weren't able to do before. So that trick, this little hack, and this isn't necessarily something you would do ongoing as you continue to play the instrument, but in terms of just getting your first sound, just getting your lips to vibrate and flap for the first time, I found this to be helpful. And that is to allow the tongue to flap as well. So if this is the sound we're really trying to make, then getting the tongue to vibrate in there too, like doing this, while doing the lip trill. Something about that combination just completely loosened up all of the muscles in my cheeks and my lips and my whole face. And that allowed me to actually lock in to my first didgeridoo sound. And this is something that took me like 30 minutes to an hour to kind of get to on my own, after having watched some videos. So, it may take you a little bit of practice. Don't be discouraged. It's totally not hard once you get the understanding of these mechanics. So before I wrap up this video, I do want to mention one thing that will make a big difference, and that's the material of the didgeridoo that you're starting out with. So I actually recommend the synthetic didgeridoo for beginners. So essentially it's like a fiberglass plastic type thing. And it's instrument grade. So, you shouldn't really have to worry about microplastics and things like that. But if you compare this $40 wooden Meinl bamboo to the synthetic didgeridoo from the same company, Meinl, the synthetic is way easier to play. It resonates and it vibrates way more readily. It produces a lot more vibration, whereas the bamboo is much stiffer. It doesn't resonate quite as well. It doesn't feel as good to my body when I play it. And I just found it in general harder to play when I was first beginning. For what it's worth, if you're beginning, I really think a synthetic didgeridoo is the easiest way to go Definitely don't go buy a super expensive didgeridoo if you've never even played a didgeridoo before. In fact, most of the real didgeridoos that I've played since I've learned, I haven't even liked them. Like, I haven't even liked them as much as I like this. I love this thing so much. It gets me so high after a few minutes of playing, 5, 10, 15 minutes. Like, I'm literally blasted and blissed out and just so happy and feeling so good. And when I play a normal didgeridoo, like, I don't get the same level of resonance. Maybe I just haven't found the right one. You know, it's not like I have access to unlimited didgeridoos to try, but that's just my personal experience. So, and I think it's worth mentioning, especially if you're interested in trying this, go synthetic first. And then as your skill improves, maybe explore a higher end didgeridoo down the road. Let me know in the comments if you're going to get a didgeridoo and try this yourself. As I mentioned, the synthetic didgeridoo is available on my website, and you can take this as far as you want to, but you don't have to go any further than just making a sound, that basic sound on the didgeridoo. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what your first didgeridoo experience is like. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.